Hey guys, in this video I want to go over some tips on how to get started freelancing on Upwork as a game developer. As a little backstory, for the first few years Upwork was the only place where we got our clients from, and in those years we were able to make over $70,000 from the platform alone. If you like the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, it really helps me out a ton. Okay, so tip number one is to get reviews. At the beginning it doesn't matter which reviews you get, but you need to start getting them soon. It doesn't matter if the job you're applying to is directly related to what you want to do later on, but you need to start getting small jobs to get those reviews early on. The first two jobs that we got when we started Bigfoot were QA jobs. They were $4 or $5 each, and those were really important to start getting some reviews early on. When you later apply to other jobs, most likely they're not going to take a look at which jobs you did and what you did in those jobs. They're just going to look at your reviews and your star rating. So it's really important to start getting the rating up as soon as you can. The second tip is to start small. Be realistic about what you're applying to. If you have little to no reviews, don't start applying to $15,000 jobs to make a full game, because the reality is they're probably not going to hire you. Instead, look for those really small jobs, maybe QA like we mentioned, or just integrate some feature that's missing in a game, maybe deploy it to the store. Really anything you can find that's small that you can probably finish in a few days, and it's going to leave you with a good review. This is not only helpful so you can start getting more reviews, it also lets you build confidence in yourself and probably start raising your rates a little bit. The third tip is to be proactive about the demand. Before you start applying to jobs, go to the feed and start looking at what kind of requests and jobs people are posting, and try to figure out if your profile reflects your skills on those kind of jobs. Most likely there's a trend going on, either for a type of game or a service or VR or whatever, and if you can have your profile reflect that you know those skills and that you have those skills, it might be easier for you to land a job. As a little anecdote, when we started Bigfoot, Flappy Bird was the big game out there, so there were tons and tons of people asking for Flappy Bird clones on Upwork. Every time we applied for those jobs, we wouldn't get them, even though we were super capable of doing those jobs. So what we did is we reverse engineered the process and we made a Flappy game even though we didn't have a job for that yet. And the next time we applied for those jobs, we were able to say, here, we already have the game built. You can just replace X or Y or whatever they wanted different from Flappy Bird. And then we were able to land those jobs, start getting even better. So the next tip is to offer a video call right off the bat. Most likely your client would like to get to know you first before accepting you to take on the job. So it's really important in your cover letter to let them know that you're open to do a video call as soon as possible. Once you're in the video call, it's your job to close the sale. You have a one-on-one opportunity with the client to let him know that you're the right person for the job and that you can do this perfectly. Okay, so tip number 5 is to write a custom cover letter on each of the applications. I know it's much easier to just make one really good application and just copy and paste it for all of your jobs. But let's be realistic. As a client, it's super easy to see that it's a generic application. Instead, take the time to read carefully the job description and make sure you answer any questions or put any references that they may ask for. It's your job in the first few lines of your cover letter to make the client know that yours is a different application from all the generic ones and that you really went through the hard work of answering all of their questions. Okay, so tip number 6 is really important at the beginning and is to be really fast to apply to jobs. Most of the times, clients, when they post a job, are going to be online for a while and they're really eager to start right off the bat. It's really important that you try to apply to those jobs in the first hour since they are posted, because there won't be many applicants there and your chances will highly increase. I recommend you have your feed filtered out for the jobs and keywords that are really interesting to you. So when a new job appears there, you know that it's something worthwhile to take a look at. And lastly, tip number 7 is to choose your clients carefully. Upwork is filled with game development jobs, I would say over 50 a day, but to be honest, most of them are garbage. You have to be really careful at which jobs you apply to. Make sure that the client has some money spent already in Upwork, if it's possible more than the budget of the job you're applying to. Make sure their payment is verified and that they at least have a 4 or 5 star rating. Okay, so this wraps up the 7 tips on how to get started as a game developer in Upwork. If you have any questions or a link to your profile that you want me to review, leave a comment below and I will get to it shortly. This is going to be it for this video, so thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye.